Well, good morning, and thank you all for being here. Over the last several months, I've been carefully considering who should serve as Iowa's next lieutenant governor and the newest member of my executive team. Today, I couldn't be more pleased to introduce to you who I've selected, Senator Chris Cournoyer. Chris has been a state senator, a reserve deputy, and a longtime leader and volunteer in her rural community of LeClaire. She's also a small business owner and an expert in technology and AI, and what I know she considers her most important job, a mom to 4 children. Even on paper, the depth and extent of her experience stands out, and Chris's qualifications go far beyond an impressive resume. In fact, I believe they get to the heart at what makes her what it takes to be a lieutenant governor. First and foremost, she's someone that Iowans can trust to serve as governor if I were ever unable to. I have complete confidence in her character, her judgment, and her ability. It's these same qualities that also make her ideally suited to serve as a member of my team, where she'll support our work on a wide range of policy priorities, often drawing on her knowledge of technology and innovation. A distinct element of her background and a big reason I'm excited about this appointment. After graduating with a degree in computer science, Chris worked as a senior consultant in the technology division at Andersen Consulting, the Fortune 500 firm that later became Accenture. And after having her first child, she left the corporate world to become an entrepreneur, starting a successful business as an independent website designer and developer, and that she's maintained ever since. It's exciting to think about all of the ways that we can utilize Chris's experience in her new role. Here's a working mother who has known the joys and challenges of raising children while being in the workforce and owning a business. A computer science major who was thinking about optimizing computers for user experience in the late 90s, and a woman who then went on to drive innovation her entire working life. Given this firsthand experience, Chris understands that one of the most effective ways to promote innovation in our economy is to promote it in our schools. As a member of the Governor's STEM Advisory Council, she's been a key ally in my administration's efforts to prepare every student for the modern economy. She's also been engaged in the issue at a local level, serving as the president of her school board, and even teaching robotics and coding to elementary and junior high students. This wide-ranging expertise at the intersection of business, innovation, and education is a major asset. Finally, I'm excited about today's announcement because it advances my goal of becoming more efficient in how we deliver services to Iowans, while also providing the best possible value for taxpayers. Even after implementing alignment, which Chris worked on as the vice chair of the Senate State Government Committee, significant opportunities still exist to find efficiencies through technology. Here, too, her expertise, especially in AI, will be invaluable. Just as importantly, she has one final central trait that I love, and that is she's a doer. She gets in there and she wants to make a difference. While her career offers plenty of examples, I'll close with one of my favorite. Her entry into elected public service, which, as she would tell you, was the opposite of planned. Chris had brought a school safety concern to her local school board. When she got no response, she followed up again, and again there was no luck. Frustrated, she followed up one more time, only this time by running for the seat on the school board and winning it with 78% of the vote. And that's the kind of person that Chris is. Her first instinct isn't just to wonder why something isn't working right or to complain. It's actually to get in there and fix the problem herself. She takes responsibility, she gets her hands dirty, and she does the work. And the people of Iowa couldn't ask for more in a lieutenant governor, and neither can I. And so with that, I want to invite the Chief Justice Christensen to administer the oath of office to Chris, and after which our new Lieutenant Governor will say a few words. So with that.
I, Chris Cournoyer, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and that I will faithfully and impartially, to the best of my knowledge and ability, discharge all the duties of the Lieutenant Governor as now or hereafter required by law.
Now that Chief Justice Christensen has made it official, it's an honor and somewhat surreal to be standing at this podium as Iowa's Lieutenant Governor. It's surreal for exactly the reason why Governor Reynolds just mentioned a moment ago. I never planned on entering public office, let alone imagined that I would ever be second in line to Iowa's succession. In other words, this is a humbling responsibility for me, and Iowans can be confident that I will always approach it with the seriousness that it deserves. That's why I want to thank you, Governor Reynolds, for placing your trust in me. I am deeply honored to join your team, and I look forward to, since I've already worked with you as a legislator and I admired your administration as an Iowan. And that admiration goes back a long way. I first met Lieutenant Governor Kim Reynolds in 2015 when I was the president of the Quad City Engineering and Science Council. We were having a Girls in STEM luncheon in Davenport, Iowa, and she was our guest of honor. Having someone of her stature in attendance was a big win for us, and I was even more excited when I heard her speak on a subject that I cared so deeply about. She spoke with passion and understanding about how a new hands-on, work-based learning paradigm could modernize our economy while reaching underserved students of all stripes. And just as importantly, she had bold ideas for making it happen. Over the years that followed, it became clear that I had gotten a preview of things to come. Governor Reynolds has had remarkable success making her vision for education and much else a reality, and she's done so with all the energy and creativity and courage that was on full display almost 10 years ago. Having partnered with her as a senator since 2019, I've gotten to see it firsthand. She isn't afraid to tackle tough problems, from tax reform to education freedom to mental health and so much more. She also has a rare gift for getting stakeholders to the table and a tenacity to champion a cause through to completion. This results-oriented approach to work and service is inspiring to me, in part because it mirrors my own. Whether I'm programming software in the private sector, or in a classroom with students, or in a committee room crafting legislation, I'm there to do a job. The same is true in the role I'm taking today, which involves advancing the governor's agenda in any way I possibly can. As Governor Reynolds mentioned, her ongoing efforts to make government work more effectively, as well as to equip our students with 21st century skills, dovetail especially well with my background in K-12 education, computer science, and artificial intelligence. Growing up in the 80s, I had a subscription to PC Magazine and a treasured dot matrix printer. I even did an 8th grade science fair project on artificial intelligence. So basically, I was a computer nerd before it was cool, and not much has changed. I worked professionally in the technology sector for decades and continued to work on these issues in the Senate. As chair of the inaugural Technology Committee, I wrote the bill that made Iowa the sixth state in the nation to protect consumer data while strengthening cybercrime and public notice laws. Finally, as a school board president and active substitute teacher in my districts, I've personally witnessed how STEM and work-based learning can bring concepts alive for students and set them on a path for long-term success. Taken together, my experience has repeatedly taught me the amazing potential of technology to transform legacy systems, grow Iowa's economy, and empower students. This vision has always been at the heart of Governor Reynolds' agenda, and I couldn't be more excited to join her team and do my part to implement it on behalf of Iowans. Thank you.
Well, I hope it's pretty clear why Chris was a perfect choice to serve as my partner and really serving the citizens of Iowa. It's that kind of person that Chris is. I think her first is, it really makes a difference, and we're really excited to be able to work together and continue to do big and bold things for Iowa. So thank you for saying yes. Thank you for making a difference. I look forward to continuing to build on Iowa's success, and I look forward to you being at my side to get that done. So thank you so much for saying yes and being that partner. I really appreciate it. And so that concludes the announcement today, and I just want to close by saying, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. Thank you.